So I recently realized that I have been working for 26 years. And in that amount of time, I have had about 125 jobs. It's like I've had 99 careers and a job ain't one. So people ask me all the time, why have I had so many jobs? Or why don't I have a career? Or why don't I have a degree? Or why don't I do this? Or why don't I do that? So, and also a guy once dumped me over it. Okay, maybe more than one, but anyway, they were losers anyway. So I decided to make a series about all my different jobs, and we're going to start with job number 1. But before I tell you about the job, I have to start back before then. So when I was 14, I tried to get a job. I couldn't. When I was 15, I tried to get a job, and I couldn't. When I was 16, I got a job. So my first job was at a hair salon in Chantilly, Virginia. So there was a hair salon that my mom always went to when I was growing up called Hair It Is. Like, whoop, hair it is. Like that. But anyway, so we always went there and they had really cool music playing, like Madonna and the Bangles, cool magazines, cool girls, maybe a little purple right here, all sorts of cool stuff. And I was like, man, when I grow up, I want to be a hairstyle girl. I just thought that when I walked into one of those schools, that by osmosis, I would start doing my hair and my makeup, my outfits would be on point, that I would look so amazing. I mean, some people want to be doctors and attorneys and stuff. I wanted to be a hairstyle girl. So I went up there and I applied. And my mom told me, no, you don't want to work there because you'll be standing on your feet all day. But I was like, no, I'll be good because I'll be a hairstyle girl. So I went up there and applied, and I walked in, and I realized, wait, this is not Here It Is. There was no cool magazines, no cool music, no cool women with purple right here, no cool anything. And I was like, Instead it was stark white, and there was a Chinese lady and a white lady left over from Here It Is. And I was like, hi, I'd like to get a job here doing something. And she said that she would hire me for a shampoo girl. So the assistant started training me, and I just was not getting it. So at first, so if you get a shampoo, you have to have the shampoo thing like right on the back of someone's head. You have to have it right on the back of someone's head. If you don't, guess what happens? You will spray someone all down their back. And pro tip, people that are in their dress clothes do not like to be sprayed down their back. They also sometimes feel sorry for a very young teenager that might spray them down their back. So anyway, it took me forever to realize, oh, I gotta hold it against their head. Oh yeah. So anyway, that took me a while. It took me a while to get sweeping, oh yeah, I gotta sweep all this stuff. And then when there's a line by the dustpan, I gotta sweep that too. And then the concept of busy work, whoosh, right over my head. Oh yeah, I don't have anyone to shampoo right now. I can just sit around. I didn't get, oh no, you need to be folding towels. You need to be sweeping. You need to be cleaning. You need to be refilling things. That's what busy work is. And I just was not, I just didn't get that yet. I mean, please forgive me. I was 16. This was my first job. My parents are my parents. But anyway, this was my first job. So anyway, I tried and I was just failing, and I felt so bad. Oh gosh, I thought I held it to their head enough, but I guess I didn't. And then there was all these other little logistics, you had to tuck the towel in just right, their neck had to be in there just right, all these different things. So anyway, once I got all of that down, then I got my first tip. And I remember after all of those failures, the assistant came up to me and said, this is for you. And she had gotten tips, but I never had. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, it's a tip. It's for you. And I was like, what? It's for me? Thank you so much. When you tip people, I don't think you understand how much it means to them. Especially your first tip. And then now when I get good tips at the job I have now, thank you. I am so glad that you appreciated what I did for you. And so time passed and that girl kept teaching me. And I don't want to brag. Okay, I'm going to brag. I give possibly the world's best scalp massage, like ever. To this day, I give an amazing scalp massage. Like when I massage people's scalps, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing," cuz I'm basically the world's best scalp massage person. So, anyway, I learned it there, and the assistant taught me and taught me, but you know, maybe I was lazy, or maybe I was just, I don't know, daydreaming, or you know what? It probably wasn't the right job for me. So one day, after many, many days of the lady talking in Chinese about me to her Chinese friends that would come and hang out in there because we weren't that busy yet, then she came up to me and she said, "We don't need you here anymore." And I didn't understand. She's like, "You have to go. We don't need you here anymore." And I'm like, "Go where? I'm supposed to work today." And she's like, "Right, but today you're not going to work because we don't need you anymore." So I went home and my mom was like, "You got fired." So I'm like, "Oh." And then I didn't really know what to think, because I started thinking a lot of things. Like, okay, first of all, why did I work there? Like when I walked in and saw it wasn't full of hairstyle girls and hair school girls, and there was no cool magazines, cool music, cool women. Like, why did I not say, like, "Nah, this isn't what I'm looking for. I got to keep looking. Like, this is what I'm looking for." Like, why didn't I get that, you know? And why didn't I have the confidence to say, "Hey, I really want to work at a really nice place, so I'm going to keep looking." So those are some things I had to think about. And as I proceeded with my jobs, I had to really think, like, where do I want to be? Where do I want to go? And those are things I'm still thinking about. Like, why am I staying here? But ultimately, my first job, I am looking back so grateful because I learned how to give the world's best scalp massage. So hit me up if you want a scalp massage.